20 things your partner should never ask you to do. You don't need to tell anyone about your prior sexcapades unless you want to. To overlook angry outbursts. Intimacy is built on the ability to feel safe enough to be vulnerable and authentic in your relationship. Your partner should never ask you to just take their sudden angry outbursts because they had a bad day or are stressed. This will ultimately foster a sense of anxiety and resentment in your relationship. Imani Aisha, Certified Couples Relationship Coach. To vote for their choice. Politics are innately personal. Your partner should never ask you to publicly agree with or support them in a political stance you are not in agreement with. Tony Coleman, Ph.D., psychotherapist, relationship coach, and divorce mediator. To minimize your accomplishments. Jealousy is common in romantic relationships, but asking you to dim your lights so that your partner can shine brighter by comparison is completely unacceptable. If your partner is insecure about themselves and their position in the world, requesting that you diminish your power and accomplishments will only breed resentment. Becoming a downgraded version of yourself won't bring you any joy or satisfy your partner's ego. Rhonda Richards Smith, licensed social worker and relationship expert. To stop crying. Your partner should never ask you to not talk about your feelings. Holding things in is simply toxic, and talking things through allow you to get to the root of a problem. Talking is never nagging if you approach it the right way. Michelle Carolus, Ph.D., relationship expert and professor of counseling at Northwestern University. To talk about past lovers. Your partner should never ask you to expose your past sexual escapades and lovers. This information is private and should be locked into the vault, never to be taken out, unless you feel you want to talk about it on your own terms. It is the right of every person to keep the details of their sexual past in the past. Audrey Hope, relationship expert, host of the Hope for Relationships show and an addiction therapist at Seasons in Malibu Rehab Facility. To lie for them. Your partner should never ask you to lie for them. All lies and secrecy are inherently damaging in a relationship. If your partner has something to hide and lie about, the best, most loving thing you can do is let them deal with the consequences of their own actions. Shirani Empathak, licensed psychotherapist and founder of the Relationship Center of Silicon Valley. To pick up their socks. Guys ask women all the time to pick up their dirty underwear or do their laundry. It's baffling why men think their girlfriends or wives are maids. If you want to pick up his socks as a way to show you care, that's fine, but if he demands it, remind him he's not a little boy and you're not his mom. Hope. To ignore insults from their family. Your partner should not ask you to ignore the rude or disrespectful things their friends or family say to you. Your partner is the guide for how your loved ones treat you, so if they let them get away with treating you badly, you don't stand a chance, and if they ask you to just let it go, it won't get any better. Your partner needs to stand up for you and should not ask you to ignore bad behavior. Julian Derricks, licensed counselor and relationship expert in Chicago. To give up your religion. You should never have to compromise on your values. Your partner should support you in your core beliefs and not ask you to change them. Kimberly Hershenson, licensed social worker and relationship therapist based in NYC. To give them your phone. Asking to go through your cell phone is a major boundary violation. If your partner feels the need to check your cell phone, then you most likely have trust issues, and that has to be addressed. Trust is the foundation of a healthy and respectful relationship. If you don't have trust, then you're probably with the wrong partner. Carolus. To quit your job. Your partner should never ask you to relinquish financial independence against your will. This is trouble waiting to happen. If you were working when you met, you are the one to independently decide to change jobs or stay home. Linda F. Williams, behaviorist and relationship coach at Who's Apple Dynamic Coaching and Consulting. To file for divorce. If your partner feels like the relationship is over, it's unfair for them to ask you to be the one to take the initiative to file for a divorce. That's on them. Shannon Battle, licensed professional counselor. to do something you're terrified of. Your partner can certainly bring up trying something scary, but they should never ask you to face fears you are not ready to confront. Let's say they love roller coasters, but roller coasters scare you to death. They can ask you to go on one with them, but if you say no, they shouldn't shame you into trying it. Janet Zinn, licensed social worker, psychotherapist, and couples counselor in NYC. To ditch your best friend, you should never be asked to stop being friends with one of your friends just because your partner doesn't like him or her. They can point out how the relationship might not be healthy, but that's it. Especially if the friendship precedes the relationship, they should stay out of it. Bet Levy Alkazian, licensed marriage and family therapist. To cover for their addiction, you should never have to lie for your partner, covering up their addictions. Whether it's drugs, alcohol or sex, you're not helping them, you're just enabling them. Ava Cadeo, AUSIC certified sex counselor and founder of Love University. To choose between them and your mother, you should never have to choose between a partner and family. If there's conflict between your partner and family and it doesn't seem to resolving, you should never have to choose sides. If one or both parties are unwilling to work out their differences, accept it but never let go of one relationship for another. Hershenson. To change your outfit. While it's nice to know what your partner thinks of your look, ultimately that choice is up to you. And be aware of what you ask as well. Asking which dress looks better or if you have gained weight is a recipe for disaster, and the conversations may end in you being offended and angry. Samantha Daniels, relationship expert and founder of the Dating Lounge dating app. To be the family go-between, your partner should not ask you to carry messages for them to family members, kids or others as a way of resolving conflict. Their relationships are their responsibility. Jeanette Raymond, Ph.D., licensed psychologist, relationship expert and author of Now You Want Me, Now You Don't. To be like someone else, your partner should never ask you to be someone other than your authentic self. Statements such as, "Why can't you be like her?" or "He would have never done that" should be deal breakers. Williams. To accept abuse, your partner should never ask you to stay in a loveless, disloyal, or abusive relationship. If your partner is not holding up their end of the bargain, it's not okay for them to expect your love and loyalty. People stay inside a relationship because they don't want to fail. I see it as a fail to stay if you're miserable. Megan Wex, dating and relationship expert.